sentencing in People v. Trevor McLeod, file 23-6748 and 24-6892. Counsel, you want to state your appearances, please?
Melissa Goodrich, Boone County Prosecutor.
Luke Kuski on behalf of Mr. McLeod, Your Honor.
Mr. McLeod, could you please sit up a bit? All right, and we're scheduled for, as I said, sentencing in both these files and also the underlying contempt sentencing. And I did not refer it to a pre-sentence investigation, so we don't have a pre-sentence report. And again, Mr. Kuski, you and your client waived preparation of that report.
That was correct, Your Honor, yes.
Okay, anything you want to say on behalf of your client?
Just briefly, Your Honor, Mr. McLeod has certainly learned a lot through this process. I know he's eager out to start working for his family again. I think we mentioned last week, he does have several jobs out there lined up. His kids are back in school, and he's just eager to get back to his family with the agreement of no immediate incarceration.
It's not often you hear a defense attorney speak with such genuine warmth. He isn't making excuses or twisting facts. He's simply reminding everyone that behind all the legal chaos stands a father who just wants to go home. You can sense how badly McLeod wants to reset, to quietly rebuild his life. The air in the courtroom isn't filled with tension this time. It's calm, almost hopeful. Yet beneath that calm, there's still a quiet reminder that accountability never disappears.
We're hopeful that Your Honor would allow him to be released today, either on a term probation or just released on the matters at hand with the convictions that he's going to have going forward. But that being said, Your Honor, we ask that you follow the agreement that we had. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Kuski. Mr. McLeod, you don't have to make a statement today. If you don't, I don't hold that against you, but you are also allowed to make a statement. Is there anything you want to say, sir?
I just want to reiterate what Mr. Kuski said, that this was a major learning process system. Unfortunately, it was not in the best way.
And honestly, I agree. When McLeod calls it a learning experience, it doesn't sound rehearsed. It sounds drained real. 69 days behind bars might not seem like much, but for someone with no serious criminal past, it can feel endless. That kind of silence changes a person. It forces you to sit with your mistakes. You can see it in him. He's learned that the system isn't something you can outsmart. You either face it or it humbles you.
Ms. Goodrich, any recommendations from the people?
Yes, Your Honor, you could see the change in Mr. McLeod at the plea taking process, and here today, credit to his counsel for also that change in behavior. I would ask not for any probation or any further incarceration. I believe that the 69 days he has served has addressed the situation.
Thank you. Well, Mr. McLeod, you have an unremarkable.
Then comes something completely unexpected. The prosecutor, the very person who could have pushed for more jail time, admits that McLeod has truly changed. You don't see that happen often. Prosecutors are usually focused on punishment, not empathy. But here, there's grace coming from both sides of the courtroom.
And this was a pretty straightforward green boating while impaired charge at first. And then you didn't cooperate with the office, and then didn't show up for court, and that resulted in your incarceration and spending time in jail that I never wanted to give you. And the prosecutor, I hope you're listening to what she said, the prosecutor never wanted you to spend 69 days. And you had a lot of things you wanted to say in this case, which is your right. Okay, today is the anniversary of the signing of the Constitution of the United States. We take it very seriously. And you had a right to tell us all those things you wanted to tell us, whether they're legally correct, whether they're legally incorrect. You have a right to present. I had to give you a respectful forum to present those arguments. I let you represent yourself. And I don't know, where you got some of the information you got, about that the courts just don't have any authority. It's easy to think about, well, let's say you were right and none of the courts in America had any authority. Well, then what would you do if somebody broke into your car or stole your car or broke into? That's why we've got these courts. And so we do try to be respectful of people and their rights.
When the judge speaks, his words hit on another level. He's not just delivering a ruling. He's giving a lesson in how justice actually works. He asks, what would happen if courts had no authority? It's a question that cuts right through those sovereign citizen type arguments we've heard before. He ties law to real life, to stolen cars, to public safety, to order, And when he mentions the Constitution's anniversary, it lands like a quiet reminder. True freedom isn't chaos. It's structure, guided by respect.
I'm not going to tell you we always get it right. But we do try. And we did try in your case. I'm not sure whether you agree with that today or not. And it wasn't my intention to lock you up to make you agree with me. It wasn't my intention at all. We only revoked your bond because you had refused to participate. I think everybody in here, including you, is sorry that you ended up doing 69 days in jail. So, Mr. McLeod, I'm only going to sentence you to fines and costs. File 6748 on the contempt. We'll enter a judgment of contempt. Order you serve 69 days in jail with credit for 69 days served. In file 6748, there is state costs of $68 on the felony count and $50 on the misdemeanor for a total of $118 in state costs. There's $130 in the crime victims assessment. There's court costs of $350. Order you serve jail for 69 days, credit for 69 served. And the judgment will order that your privilege to operate a vessel is suspended for 12 months from today's date. File 6892. Misdemeanor state cost is $50. Misdemeanor crime victims assessment is $75. Court costs are $350. And I'll again order you serve 69 days jail, give you credit for 69 days served. I can place you on any probation. And the total then fines and costs in 6748 is $598. In 6892 is $475. So the total on them both is at $1,073. If you need to set up a payment plan, you can do so by contacting Ms. Lale in our office. And as long as you're making reasonable efforts to pay that, there won't be any contempt citations or anything on that. Mr. McLeod, because we are in a judgment in both those cases, I'll appeal if you wish to the Court of Appeals to challenge your conviction or my sentences or both. If you wanted me to appoint a lawyer for you and you qualified, I would do so, but you'd have to ask me within 42 days. We're going to hand you some paperwork explaining that process and ask you to initial one copy for us so we have a record that we gave it to you. And one copy is for you to fill out if you want to take an appeal. Do you have any questions for me, sir? Okay, good luck to you.
Thank you.
And we had a later morning. That concludes our morning docket. We'll be in recess until 1.
And finally, the sentence, time served. No probation, no extra jail time, just lessons learned. The mood in the courtroom softens instantly. Even the judge seems to share in the moment of reflection. This wasn't about winning or losing. It was about understanding where freedom really comes from, responsibility. There's something almost poetic in how it ends. The same system Loud once fought against is now the one showing him compassion. Maybe that's what real justice looks like.